So, mate, I guess I'll start off by saying I've taken a listen to the album and it's an absolutely brilliant album. So I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about what you guys had for goals when you went into the studio to work on this album.
Goals, yeah. I think I started out with sketches of the songs really from most of them were written on acoustic, so it was pretty bare when we went in, and had a rough idea of where we wanted like the tunes to go melodically and such, but yeah, just a few different versions and yeah, a fair bit of experimentation and left things open to those moments, and yeah, had a good working relationship with Tim Kevin. So I did the majority of tracks in his space in Marrickville, but also did a little bit of stuff remotely as well when inspiration struck. So yeah, I mean our goals was I got a good batch of songs here, and let's try and turn them out. But yeah, most of them hadn't been played too much live, or yeah, were kind of in different stages of development. Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned that there was a little bit of experimentation there. What kind of things were you experimenting with? Were you experimenting with the sound that you guys were trying to get, or was it more about melody and things like that?
Yeah, it was. I suppose the textures, like we started with, like this kind of evolved PJ Orr thing. It evolved from a solo project. So the one consistent thing was Joe on drums essentially, and myself writing the tunes. So we had Pete Holes, who's a producer in his own right, but used to play some bass in our kind of live act. He played some keys and bass. Tim Kevin, who used to be in youth group and plays in Jim McGuinney's the guy from Midnight Oil's guitar band. He played some keys and bass. I jumped onto a bit of bass and keys as well. So I suppose we shared some roles and just experimented with different stuff we could find around the studio. And yeah, like I said, the core of the songs were there, but pretty much came from a bit more of an acoustic world, and we just kind of expanded out from there really. Yeah, so different textures and different I suppose accompaniments to either keeping it a bit more raw or kind of multi-tracking a fair bit of stuff and making it more elaborate and blooming things out.
Yeah. You mentioned they're working with Tim Kevin. Tell us a little bit about how that relationship came about with Tim, because a lot of our listeners would actually know him from his work with Youth Group. How did that relationship start between you two, and what did he bring to your music?
Yeah, Tim, that's actually started through another buddy from Sydney, Matt Tao, who plays in a band called the Love Tones, and also has a recent solo record out just under Matt Tao. He just started recording with Tim and posted a demo online, and it was just pretty much some guitar and some drum tracks. And I just said, man, like, where are you tracking this at the moment? And he said, yeah, down with a buddy called Tim, and he just did the intro, and yeah, we kind of went from there, but we developed a really good bond, and he was, I suppose, yes, an engineer and producer. That was a kind of substantive role, I guess, but we started collaborating pretty heavily. Yeah, like I said, he played bass on Tightrope Walker and Modern Way, and maybe a couple other songs, and brought some kind of keys licks to the table as well. And yeah, we developed a pretty close friendship. Yeah, we're pretty tight now, so yeah, hopefully we'll collaborate again in the future. And yeah, he's a really talented chap, but also just he creates a very warm, relaxed atmosphere, and is great guy to work with. Yeah.
You mentioned also that this has kind of evolved from a solo project. Tell us a little bit about that evolution and what made you decide to go from being a solo project to working with other talented musicians.
Yeah, so I mean, we've been playing live, I suppose, but for the probably the 12 months, maybe up until Yeah, probably around the start of this year, probably had 12 to 18 months where I was just like working on the record and playing solo, and we kind of experimented with some other guitarists and a bass player, and eventually settled with Nando. So the three of us, myself, Nando, and Joe, are really tight now and working kind of as a shared band or a project, I suppose. But yeah, essentially, yeah, this was a patch of my songs, and just been kind of working on them in my own time, and yeah, playing some solo shows kind of here and there. But I really wanted to kind of bring them to life and share them with some other folks, and yeah, we're still kind of like maybe jamming with a couple other people as well, so we'd like to bulk out to like a 4 or 5 piece eventually, to really bring it all to life, and also to experiment with some new material. But yeah, that was, I mean, I think it was more also where I was at. I was in I was in a few bands, but another main band for nearly a decade, Hayla, based in Sydney, and it was kind of, classic kind of tight band set up, us against the world, but then kind of came out the other side and was just making a bit more music just for myself, and took the pressure off, wasn't gigging as much and all of that, and no managers and nothing like that. It was more just about kind of songwriting and kind of honing my craft a bit, but now feeling like I'm kind of done with that phase, and definitely want to share and collaborate and kind of get that alchemy going and bounce off other people. And yeah, that's, I suppose, a bit of a précis of the journey, man.
Yeah. And Foggy Notion did was received so well. Like, it got played on FBI Radio, Triple R, Double J. Did you feel any pressure working on this album because the first one had been received so well?
No, not really, man. Just like the pressure is really driven, I suppose, by myself, and just got pretty. Even though I said at the top end, I didn't have a precise idea of, hey, I want this sound. This is the inverted commas sound in my head. But yeah, I'm a bit of quite obsessive with how I want things to sound, and I think the pressure is probably more internal, and just probably coming back to things and doing some retakes and getting the core of the tracks down was done pretty quickly. But then the pressure to just come in and hone and refine is probably born a little bit out of my own mania, but yeah, no, I didn't feel any pressure in that sense. And again, it was like a lot of people who kind of knew of my old band Taylor. I think definitely, like, I used a lot of those kind of leads and relationships to kind of feed Foggy Notion through, and yeah, it was received well, and yeah, we're kind of, I'm hopeful that we can keep rolling, and I can get this out to an even bigger audience. But yeah, not pressure in that external sense. No.
Okay, yeah. And of course, you've signed to a US record label as well. Tell us a little bit about how that came about and what that's meant for you as well.
Yeah. So as you said, we signed with US-based label called Misra, who have Phosphorus and Adam Torres and Buffalo Rose and some other really good acts. Have been kind of running for 20 years or so. How did that come about? Well, actually, a contact of our old manager, Joe Woolley, who looks after Screamfeeder up in Brisbane. I had a demo of 1 or 2 tunes, and I flicked it onto a chap called Ant Foxley, who is the head of Aussie and kind of Asia Pac distribution for Red Eye worldwide. So they look after a lot of the indie labels in the US, and he had a listen and said, look, man, I work with a bunch of people that a couple of them might want to hear this, and he just no pressure, no expectation, pass it on, and we got to kind of nibble back. And although a few challenges logistically, being so far apart and such, me and Jeff Benton, who runs the label, kind of nutted out a deal. It's all pretty simple stuff, and yeah, I think it's just a bit of the logistics and have been taken care of, and the idea is that looking to kind of push this over in the States a fair bit more, and that's in terms of what it might mean for us. I think I don't know how huge the impact will be here in Oz, but I think Little Eye for kind of getting the music out a little bit more broadly in the States, and just having a few more of those kind of distribution and potential for touring in the future, and just having someone on the ground who knows what's what over there and just kind of in your corner is pretty cool. So it's exciting. We'll see where it takes us, man.
Yeah. And we're all in lockdown at the moment, but where to next for you guys? The album's out. Are you guys going to look at doing some touring once the lockdown's over, or what have you got planned?
Yeah, well, we had, this is not a poor me story, but we had a nine show kind of East Coast run booked off that was meant to kind of start in Newey and Maitland last weekend. So all of that is naturally cancelled, COVID cancelled. But, man, when things defrost, we'd love to get it back out there and play. We've been jamming a lot and honing the whole live thing over the kind of late last year, early this year, and that was our big plan, to kind of support the record as much as we can, and do a bunch of stuff with radio and play some regionals too, and definitely I've played a few shows, so interstate with PJ Orr solo mode, but this would have been the first time kind of visiting Queensland, Victoria, and some regionals outside of Sydney in a band setup. So we definitely want to do that again, and play this music live, and get that happening. But we'll see what happens with this virus.
Definitely, yeah. Well, mate, is there anything that you would like to say to our listeners out there before they go out and grab a copy of the album, and where can they grab a copy of the album as well?
Sure, man. I'd just like to say, dig in, enjoy. I hope you enjoy the tunes, and you can grab it. And you can. It's up on Spotify. It's available through kind of JB Hi-Fi and all of those kind of stores, but also if you want to go direct through the label, you can do so on Misra Bandcamp. We've got LPs, a short run of LPs out there, some CDs and digital, so if people are still into the whole ownership thing, they can do that. But otherwise, just stream on, enjoy, and keep trucking,
Definitely. Well, mate, thank you so much for chatting to us today. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we hope a lot of our listeners do go out there and grab a copy of the album.
Yeah, thanks so much, man, and thanks for your time, and hello.